past 3 years. And for the first time, and I think for the first in Africa, we had learners from 24 countries being here in Nairobi too.
That's the point.
Yes, thank you, yes. And the inspiration that I got is that we fill our football stadiums when we're going to watch soccer, full capacity. Sometimes in prayers, we fill them to full capacity. How about we fill our football stadiums with innovators and entrepreneurs across Africa so that we all build up a very strong sense of innovation, sense of entrepreneurship, so that we can solve this issue of job creation. So for us at the innovation, I think the other unique thing was that we brought different players together. Ben has talked about Young Scientists Kenya, who came with about 200 learners. There's Wavumbuzi here, who came with about 100 learners. 𝗖𝗟𝗢𝗡𝗢𝗢𝗢 Live Africa here had about 500 learners. And it was great for all of us together on one platform to share and celebrate what we are doing. We want to do more moving forward. Now, next year, the interesting thing that also came was the team from Uganda came with a member of parliament, the lawmakers. And I really think it was very, oh, she's here, let's celebrate her. She sat through all the sessions and she was taking notes. And I really think for me moving forward is the answer to the policy questions, we need the lawmakers in the room so that they can listen in and go back to parliament and legislate and support our enabling environment that we all want to. And lastly, Tony, if you allow me, the challenge then is how do we create structured mentorship? The high schools can be mentored by those in TVETs and higher ed. They can equally mentor those at the primary school level so that when all gather here, there's learning that is happening backwards and forwards so that then we can move the innovations from the young people to the startups that Florence is in charge of and eventually commercialization.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you. Very well played. I can only confirm to the three of you as an innovation agency, we're making our strides very aggressively to consolidate all our efforts, sort out the policy issues, human capital issues, infrastructure enhancement, market access, you name it. Anita, we started working together early in the year, visualizing what a Commonwealth edition would look like. Of course, we would have loved to have all the 56 countries represented by the heads of state, but we didn't get it there, but we cracked the nut. We got some steps. What do you want to say about the journey so far?
Thank you, Tony. Good afternoon, everyone. So for the Commonwealth, we wanted to amplify Kenya Innovation Week into an international event to showcase the innovation potential of our 2.5 billion people. We appreciate the support that we have received, but in terms of reflection, we sense that it was important to have high-level government participation at the event. Having the president here to open it basically just goes to show the importance of having government support to the Innovation Week, but also to the Kenya Innovation Agency. From a Commonwealth perspective, our role now is to ensure that we support Kenya to move the Kenya Innovation Agenda forward. The launch of the Kenya Innovation Master Plan by the President spoke volumes. It would go further if we have government support for the Kenya Innovation Agency to see this through, but also for the agency to be better placed as a national innovation agency that can drive innovation in Kenya, but also place it as an innovation agency that can make Kenya the hub for innovation on the continent, across the Commonwealth, and globally. How you would do that, Tony, is your team would get in touch with us and work with us. You know that the Commonwealth is a family of 56 nations. Our greatest strength is our convening power. We have member states that have achieved a lot through national innovation agencies, and you could use those examples, learn from them, and see how, within the context of Kenya, how you can implement what they have done. For example, in Ghana and South Africa, we could start there. The United Kingdom has been very instrumental in the Kenya Innovation Agenda, and they've done a lot of great work on research and innovation. And I think if we took it a step further in terms of learning from the Commonwealth and taking further, it would work. From the Commonwealth, we trust and believe that we have created something bigger for the Kenya Innovation Week here. And we pledge our support to Kenya and the Kenya National Innovation Agency to help you drive the innovation agenda forward for this country, for the continent, and across the Commonwealth. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let's appreciate Anita. It was really awesome. I know you wrote lots and lots of emails. We had calls until my ears were like, but we are friends, all right? We are headed there. Thanks very much. We'll leverage the partnerships that we have built now for a greater society. Let's appreciate our 4 panelists who have represented the rest of the panelists to give a clue of the journey that we walked with over 24 summits. Buenos Aires, as part of knowledge development, there's one of us who is a professor who told me a while back, I'm going to write a book about managing innovation. And given that our first pillar of our master plan is around human capital issues, I said, that's a brilliant idea. Professor Lepting, could you please come up front, kindly rise up, and I know you have a co-author, and come with a copy of the book, because we're going to have a little ceremony that you will hand over that copy of the book to the CS. CS yesterday afternoon, we hosted about 20 vice chancellors. And this is a build-up on their role of strengthening the innovation ecosystems in their own institutions. And today, I saw vice chancellors sitting in a pitch festival. Yes, please take a seat. And that was inspiring that we're building more and more connections in that regard. So Professor Lepting, I'd like you to tell me a little bit, what's the inspiration behind the book?
Thank you. Thank you so much, Anthony. We have authored a book with my co-author, Professor. My name is Professor Nicholas Lepting. I am the CEO of KASNEP. For those in Kenya, KASNEP is the Kenya Accountants and Secretaries National Examination Board. We administer examinations to people who want to become accountants, corporation secretaries, and financial analysts. I also happen to be one of the adjunct professors for the KCA University, which is one of the leading universities in Kenya, in the private sector. So some time ago, I was engaging with the Kenya National Innovation Agency, and I noticed that we need, as scholars, to document some of the knowledge that we have in matters innovation. So we came together with my co-author, Professor 𝗘𝗡𝗡𝗢𝗓𝗡, who is a professor at the Karadina University in Kenya. And we said, how do we capture this knowledge? So we came up with a book, Innovation Management Theory, Principles and Practice, which we have been co-authoring together for the last about 6 months. And we are glad that we have a copy today, which is for display. We'll be able to issue other copies later on. So the reason why we wrote this book was particularly because we saw there's a lot of innovations. And this week we have been in a week of Kenya Innovation Week, sponsored by Commonwealth together with Kenya. And he said, why don't we come and engage with the participants and delegates regarding this? Because we have to document what we innovate. There are so many things that have been innovated. Science, public sector service, and all those things. So we know this is a good idea because we teach at the university, and we thought most university students do not have reference materials, and whatever is there, they are foreign books. But we can do a local book for reference.
Thank you very much. I mean, that's really great. Professor 𝗘𝗡𝗡𝗢𝗢𝗢, how would you inspire some younger generation here to write a book or two?
Thank you. Thank you so much, CEO, and thank you, everyone. My name is Professor Kellen. One of the ways to inspire young people to write is to ask yourself, what is missing and what solution can I provide? One of the things that motivated me to write this text, I visited Israel for 1 month. I had time to visit various universities. It occurred to me, professors there report to work so fully aware of their role as professors in the space of innovation. Okay. We have to make a difference. One of the ways to make a difference is to innovate so that we create employment and we spur economic growth. Thank you.
Wonderful. I look forward to reading the book, and I hope it will be an inspiration to others on how to manage innovation. I now would like to request you to rise up, and our minister to be a guest in officially unveiling this book. I know you have a journey to produce many copies, but now that you had it here, it's an opportunity for the minister to also help you kind of introduce this book to the ecosystem. While the minister gets ready, I think our next session is going to revolve around Joshua making some remarks in the context of what came out from the Commonwealth Secretariat and the engagements that we had. So, Bwana CS, with your permission, we'll invite you up front to share a moment with these professors who are working on consolidating the knowledge of innovation. My singular honor to invite Joshua Setipa. Now, Joshua has provided all the guidance that we needed and the leadership that we needed from the Commonwealth Secretariat. Please, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Tony. Honorable CS Ababu Namba, Cabinet Secretary for Youth Affairs, Creative Economy and the Sports, dear colleagues, dear friends. It has been a long week, and I had spent a few hours last night writing this 15-page speech because I thought there's a lot that I have to share, and I was going to read it for you. Very slowly, I have to say. But I think in the interest of time, I will cut it to 2 pages. I think my colleague, Anita, has provided a very good context as to what does the Commonwealth bring to this partnership. And it is on that basis that we believe that a partnership with Kenya, a partnership that is a partnership that will help us unlock this full potential that we know exists within the Commonwealth for innovation. Now, the question, I think the first question should be, why Kenya and why the Kenya Innovation Week? The theme that we gathered here this week under is innovating to unlock our Commonwealth. The scale of innovative spirit and talent on display here in Nairobi this week has been nothing short of inspirational. Kenya is already a world leader in geothermal energy, and this now represents 47% of total energy production. In short, Kenya is already ahead of the curve compared to most countries, particularly in this part of the world. Kenya is also a leader in the area of fintech and is one of the 4 leading African players in this market. There are other 3 being South Africa, Egypt, and Nigeria. And this market is expected to top $65 billion by 2030. We need to shape a roadmap for the implementation of a Commonwealth-wide innovation ecosystem which can benefit all Commonwealth member states, particularly the small and the least developed countries. One issue that stood out, and I'm sure in every session that was held this week, it was mentioned, is artificial intelligence. And related technologies around artificial intelligence, big data, cloud computing, Internet of Things, have become very critical to every sector, to our daily lives. Now, over the past few years, interest in AI has taken the world by storm, and since the launch of ChatGPT, this interest has more than quadrupled. However, one thing that we've noted, and which is what I would like to challenge you, Tony, to spend the time between now and the next Kenya Innovation Week to think about is These discussions that are taking place are focused primarily on policy. They're focused on governance. They're focused on ethics. And these are very important issues. But they are lacking one fundamental issue, which I think for a continent that is facing the scale of challenges around unemployment, where 60% of our population today is under the age of 35, this discussion should also include a discussion on the economic strategy around AI. What is Africa doing, or what is Africa's strategy to fully exploit the potential for AI, to create jobs, to create economic resilience, to create competitiveness? And that discussion is not going to start in Europe, it's not going to start in Tokyo, it has to start here. Because we are the ones that want to create those opportunities. I give an example. It is expected that by 2030, between 20 and 50 million jobs will be created that are AI related. Now the question will be, how many of those jobs will Africa secure? And for us, before we even answer that, the question perhaps should be, how much qualitative human capital do we need to put in place to be able to secure those jobs? How many data scientists should Africa train? Because we always hear about the youth dividend that Africa has because of the demographics that we have today. But the question is it quantitative or is it qualitative what we need? I think we need qualitative, which means we need to start investing in training data scientists. We need to start investing in the skills that we'll need to drive this agenda. If we don't do that, the risk is that we will always play catch up with other regions' agenda, not the African agenda. And we are convinced that Kenya is in a very unique position to play a very, very leading role in defining this agenda and in setting the priorities and setting the targets that we need to aspire for. Now, let me briefly share my key takeaways from this week. Kenya, through the National Innovation Agency, has illustrated the potential and the capacity to serve as a key government agency to drive Kenya's national innovation ecosystem and also to position it as one of the top destinations for VC, which means when the president looks at his toolbox, this agency should be in that toolbox. Because if we can position, we can position innovation as part of that toolbox, that will help drive this country, will help drive this economy, then we'll have succeeded. And I think having listened to him this week, I'm convinced that this time around, we're on the right track. And I think we'll see that happen. I was here last year also. So it's not the first time that I think we hear commitment. But I think the more it becomes clear and the more we're able to demonstrate the importance of supporting this agency, I think it's going to be easier for us to make sure that when government looks at its toolbox of measures and entities, this agency will be very firmly installed in that. This agency, through your leadership, my dear friend Tony, has worked hard to address a number of challenges that Kenya faces, like any other country on this continent: high unemployment, climate change, and all that. Now, we've also seen the same challenges, of course, across the Commonwealth, and these countries also face this list of challenges: the lack of resources to drive innovation, the lack of knowledge on commercialization, the lack of a strong community of stakeholders that support innovation, and a weak knowledge system. This is the scale of the challenge that this organization that you lead faces. But all this can only happen if there is not just government support, but demonstrable government support that we can be able to see, measure, and be able to quantify. And that is where the trick is. This support is very important because it will help us increase this qualitative human capital stock that we need. It will help us increase access to funding and finance, which is so critical. It will help us increase investment in infrastructure, computing capacity alone. We talk about artificial intelligence. You can train as many data scientists as you want, but if they don't have the infrastructure to actually process and crunch that data, then it is not going to work. So we need that investment. And maybe another idea could be, let's start looking regionally. Can countries in East Africa, for example, pool resources and build this competing capacity, rather than each country trying to do it alone? Today, I think, I would guess that maybe 3 or 4 countries in Africa have something that resembles that capacity. So there is a lot of work that needs to be done, and government, I think, is very important for that. As a Commonwealth, our support will be in helping build that capacity to mobilize that support. We're already seeing recognition of the work that the Kenya Innovation Agency has done. Recently, a few days ago in Durban, the agency was awarded an award for most promising innovation agency. I think that's a recognition that there's something right that is happening and that is coming out of Nairobi. So we have to be proud of that. But let's not get complacent and start popping champagne and think that we've made it. We're just starting. So our commitment to this agency and of course to the government of Kenya as a Commonwealth is that we'll continue to provide support in using our convening power to mobilize networks and set up networks that will help give Kenya access to what others are doing and allow Kenya to share with others what Kenya is doing. And in this way, we'll be able to unlock this potential that we know exists in this population of 2.5 billion that represents the Commonwealth. One thing we should always remember is that the Commonwealth is a family of 56 countries, as we heard. The biggest is 1.2 billion people, and the smallest has a population of 10,000 people. So that diversity is our strength, but it's also our challenge. And on that note, I thank you very much. Asante san.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Joshua. Today we are honored to host a legend. When I was a student in college, I remember Dr. 𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓 coming and giving me an award for a project that I had done. And I was like, up today, I have it in my room. And I always remember it as it inspires me. Dr. 𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓 is our keynote speaker today as part of our closing ceremony, and many, many of us really look up to him. So I'd like to invite you, Dr. 𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓, for a little short presentation based on the journey you have walked. Let's celebrate Dr. 𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓.
Good afternoon. What, because you've not eaten or what? Good afternoon. You're not going to respond. This whole 3 days of your committee meetings is not going to be wasted. Are you energized? Yes. Are you energized? Yes. No, those guys are just sleeping. Come on, man. Come on, yes! Are you energized? Yes! Now that's the first start that we want to innovate in you. The ideas that you have, which are sitting in the corner of your mind, but no place to express. Nobody wants to hear. And that's what we want to change. Each one of you have ideas and thoughts. And ideas which can change, in my words, in my way of looking, is innovative. You can only innovate provided you feel about it. If you don't, then innovation is not possible. Let's talk about the last century. It was the engine, the petrol engine of Ford and others in 1885 to 1920 changed the whole world, because that one innovation created so much of energy within the world that there is so much that one can do. And yet, people are always shy, don't want to do it. It's too much of a problem. And unless this whole week's Innovation Week cannot change your mind, then you come over here for good tourism and not taking the lesson, the preaching of whole week. To me, innovation is day-to-day life. In my lifetime, first let me admit, I'm the oldest person in this room. In 3 months' time, I'll be 95. And until last year, I was running. It's only that I fell down and broke my leg that I had to use this and walk. The energy that is required today with us, with all of you, and specifically the younger people, if you don't have it, then let me tell you, you're one number in this world. We don't want to be number. We've got 7.5 billion people for numbering. But the purpose of you coming over here, attending the whole 4 days of these discussions, is to charge yourself. Do you have a capacity? Yes, you have. You got to really wake it up and make it wake up. It is within you. And without innovation, the world will be dull. Day in, day out, you look for things today. Nobody wants to buy something which was there before yesterday. They're all looking every day something new. And new doesn't come from sky. It comes from our minds. And you are all capable of innovating. Many times we use innovative word in a very technical manner. Don't use that technical manner. Anything that you can add value, anything that you can do better than what the other did it, that's what I call innovation. Innovation is making our world better than what it was yesterday. Now, none of you will be thinking in that line. You're all probably thinking in technical words. But we have a possibility today to change the world. We have the intelligence. We have the capacity. All we require is that interest within us to make very sure that we do it. So, more I would think about this is wakening up of your own mind. If you don't get awakened, came here sleeping, will go away sleeping. And that's not any addition to us. You are the young people to whom we are looking tomorrow. The life and the world belongs to you. And unless you work for it, push for it, it will not happen. And to get in eyes of the other people is to innovate. Get ideas, thoughts, action in a way that others will notice you and walk the same road that you want them to walk. So the whole innovation, whatever you must have heard, written speeches, spoken this, that is not innovation. To me, if you come over here and your mind is still closed, locked, then you will go back as a locked mind and it will not innovating anything. So once I would like you to say, think about it. And each one of us can innovate. In my life, when I started work with 30 or 40 people in my manufacturing plant, every day went by where I would innovate and do things better than it was being done yesterday. And that was the growth. And today we are in 35 countries, employing not from 40 people, but employing more than 40,000 people. This would not come easily. It doesn't come, somebody gave us on the plate. No. You create it. And each one of you got the same mind as I have, as other innovators in the world has, is how to make your life better than what is today. How to make the life of others better than what it is today. Innovate ideas, innovate thoughts. There are practical items, and for that, I decided the Chandaria Foundation should start what you call the Innovation Center. So in Kenyatta University, there's a Chandaria Innovation Center. At Methodist University, there's a Chandaria Innovation Center. Before long, at Nairobi University, we'll have a Chandaria Innovation Center. Before long, at Daystar, we'll have Innovation Center. Why? Why do we want innovation centers there? Is to give our children, they only sit in the class, they listen, they cram, they pass exams. That is not the way the world is going to be built. Put them let them do what they think that they can do. They will fail. Remember, for everything that has been found in the world, number of people have failed. Fail, get up. Fail, get up. And unless and until that attitude is within you, and I request the Kenya government that put it pressure on innovation. We are intelligent people. Kenyans are educated and intelligent people, but there is no room for them to innovate. All we have been able to give them a building and a space. Let them hit their head on the wall. At the end of the day, they will find, oh, I did it. I made it. And that understanding of yourself is very much necessary. I'm not talking to the frontliners. I'm talking to the people who are in the backliners. That this is for you. The day is not going to end up here. With this whole week of exercise, unless you open up your head and minds that yes, you can contribute. And innovation is the best and the fastest way of contributing for the growth of a nation. And so, I just heard from one of the lady over here, let's start Innovation Fund. My minister, my CS, we call him a Waziri. We will provide you 5 million Kenya shillings. Now you go and match that fund by another 5 million, either by the government or by other foundations. Make it 10 million and available for innovators. let's not only put up on a piece of, on a hole and say this innovation center. Give them tools, give them money, give them possibility of innovating something, not sitting around and doing nothing. So I think that there is a possibility. And to change the world, you've got to innovate. There is no way you will change the world. And to change Africa, I've lived all my life in this country. To change Africa, if we don't take innovation as our principal aim, we are behind here. You want to rise here, innovate. And innovation is not a monopoly of any nation. Innovation is our own feeling, our own determination. And if you do it, it will happen. And this is what I would like to do. The younger people who are sitting over here, are you convinced that you can play a role? Yes or no? Yes. Yes. Come on. You're not eaten or what? At 95, I can shout, and you can't. Have you got something in your mind now that you're going to do it? Yes or no? Yes. That's right. And don't flatter me by saying yes. Because I'm not going to come and vote you. It's you and your own conscience. They will vote you. That yes, we said yes, but then we do nothing. So please, Africa has a possibility. Any country has got a possibility. But we are at the bottom right now. Let's make it happen to come as fast as possible. As China has come up, as India has come up, why can't we come up? It's up to us. So may I now say that please, this Innovation Week, anybody who goes home and does nothing, it was a nice holiday. But any one of you goes back and do something about it, then yes, it's a contribution to Africa. And I want you to be at that. Wish you well. Thank you.
Let's celebrate Dr. 𝗓𝗓𝗡𝗢𝗪𝗔. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going, please. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Keep it going, please rise up. Rise up for 𝗓𝗓𝗡𝗢𝗪𝗔. He's created thousands of jobs just because he believed he can do something. Just in case you don't know 𝗓𝗓𝗡𝗢𝗪𝗔, he has given a little glimpse of himself. Just go online, Google about Dr. 𝗓𝗓𝗡𝗢𝗪𝗔. You will be very inspired. Our Cabinet Secretary, we've just come to an end, and you're going to give lots of awards. And there's so many people who worked so hard over the last couple of weeks. There were challenges targeting students, targeting young scientists, targeting university caliber, and so on and so forth. And you will have an opportunity to issue these awards in a little while as we close. But before we do so, and I invite you officially to do so, these are some of the highlights of what we're going to do. I always also say that we are not an event agency. We are an innovation agency, and we leverage the event to assess the progress we've covered the entire year and build momentum for another year. And so we're just at that moment of saying, well, what do we want to do? This is what the head of state did. He launched the 10-year Innovation Master Plan. And as an innovation agency, we're now going to set up all those indicators and translate them to an amazing trackable portal. And we've already started getting partners. I'll surprise you. I made a statement on Monday that we'll target $300 million. Do you know how much I've raised so far? We're somewhere 30%. Why? Because some people believed in the vision and they say, we will contribute towards this agenda. And so we're going to keep tracking that as we move forward. Second, the president spoke about the Presidential Innovation Award. And yes, we will issue some of the awards now at the county level. And on 12th of this month, the president will issue the national ones. But over and above that, he did say that this is a pilot. And I have already engaged the CS and I said, we're going to scale this tenfold. And he replied, sour. For those who don't know what sour means is, we're good to go. We're going to make it happen. And I've already engaged a number of private entities who are interested. Thirdly, the head of state spoke about growing the science, technology, and innovation funding from 0.8% of our GDP to 2%. And he did make that commitment, and we will follow that through. He spoke about innovation mindset, and that aligns to our pillar around capacity enhancement. And we're going to be doing a very deliberate exercise of working with various partners to strengthen the positive mindset about innovation. We spoke about innovation in public sector, and we already have developed a framework of how we're going to work with a number of partners to strengthen innovation and catalyze public sector innovative approaches. He spoke about removing barriers for the startup economy, and that is related to the startup bill and the startup law that we expect early next year. He also spoke about scaling up infrastructure, and that aligns with our 10-year Innovation Master Plan. He also finally spoke about the startup bill. In the course of the week, we had over 24 summits. Some were smaller workshops, others were big, and I've picked about 5 of them who have already made key resolutions of what they're going to do in the next 1 year. The 4IR spoke, or they came up with about 4 resolutions, and I'll only speak about one. We signed a letter of intent to establish an Emerging Technologies Institute and Action Lab, and that relates to what Joshua spoke about here, how we're going to provide that leadership. We have to house it somewhere, and there were partners who made that commitment. The Creative Summit came out with a resolution that there is need to overhaul some acts. The entrepreneur universities came up with a resolution that we're going to establish a Entrepreneur University of the Year. It will be an award that celebrates the institution that becomes most entrepreneurial in nature by thinking through its policies, leadership, practices, funding, infrastructure, and so on and so forth. We also agreed that we'll establish an entrepreneur institution maturity framework. We don't rank institutions anymore, but we assess their growth towards becoming more and more entrepreneurial. It's not about becoming better than someone else, but it's becoming better at yourself. And then in the skills and talent, they came up with the Digital Nomadism and Remote Work Trust. The Global Innovation Index, WIPO, were here. We made a commitment that we are setting up a GII task force, Global Innovation Index task force, that then will ensure that we effectively mobilize the data that we need to help us assess as a country how we're performing. We also agreed that we'll get the IP policy sorted out 2024. And on that note, the Director General of WIPO said, I will potentially come next year as a result of that progress. On the Inclusive Innovation team, they came up with the Global Disability Innovation Report with a set of recommendations. They launched that report. The Intellectual Property team launched the Innovator's Guide to Intellectual Property Protection to ensure that young people understand IP, copyright, and so on and so forth. And the last one is the Public Sector Innovation, who also decided that we're going to leverage the innovation agency to set up national and county innovation champions who drive transformation at local level. That's a glimpse. Are those not serious conclusions and recommendations? So we'll be doing an official report, and we will ensure that this gets at every level of government, and the innovation agency will take responsibility in ensuring that we walk the path. By the time we gather again, 2024, God give us the life, we should be able to celebrate some of these results. With those few highlights, I'd like to invite the Cabinet Secretary for Youth Affairs, Creative Economy, and the Sports. Let's celebrate our Cabinet Secretary as he comes up. Thank you for all the support and inspiration. I'm sure you have something to say.
Thank you, Tony. It has been an amazing 4 or 5 days. And as a government, as Kenya, it has been such a delightful honor to host the Commonwealth in Nairobi. All I want to do in this moment is to appreciate the spirit of partnership, the spirit of solidarity that has delivered a truly transformative moment and opportunity for all of us to look forward to even better opportunities in future. I want to thank the Commonwealth, which was very ably led here by Her Excellency, the Secretary General, the Right Honourable Patricia Scotland, who in her remarks and her participation demonstrated once again what an incredible figure she is, both for the Commonwealth and on the global stage. Let us give the Right Honourable a round of applause. Joshua, together with the rest of the Commonwealth team, I want to tell you how much we appreciate the partnership to bring this unique event here, the first of its kind. And I know it was not easy to pull off this event. And looking back, I must say that we owe the Commonwealth Secretariat a debt of gratitude. Asanteni sana. Thank you very much. That also goes for a lot of our partners. This event has been a beneficiary of some incredible partnerships, amazing partners, partners who have made it happen, partners who shared their resource base, partners who have anchored some incredible conversations in all the segments of this week. I had the privilege of anchoring the conversation, the ministerial conversation, and it was inspiring to hear the vision, the determination, the planning coming from the various parts of the Commonwealth, from Zambia to the UK, South Africa, all across the length and breadth of the Commonwealth. I have no doubt that with that spirit, and if we roll out all these beautiful plans, then the whole of the Commonwealth has an incredible future ahead of us, anchored on innovation. So to all the partners who have made it possible for us to deliver this incredible event, asanteni sana. Thank you very much. I want to pay special tribute to our youth, our young people. As we went around the various exhibition booths with His Excellency the President and the Right Honourable Patricia Scotland, we encountered young people, most of them from our school ecosystem, and many of them are still here. And it was amazing, it was inspiring, it was thought-provoking to see the kind of thought they have put in imagining the kind of Kenya they want to see, the kind of Africa, and the kind of world they want to live in. And they're imagining that world and innovating that world. Let us give it up to our young people, including our students, many of whom I can see still with us in this arena. The government of the Republic of Kenya is fully committed to anchoring innovation as the key pivot of our national development, and as ably elucidated by His Excellency William Ruto himself when he addressed us here at the opening ceremony, the government will not spare any effort to advance this agenda of innovation-driven development, innovation-anchored human development. And so, from the green space where Kenya has taken a lead, and we are so determined to hit 100% in terms of the nature of energy we use in this country, going green, all the way to fintech, where Kenya once again has played a lead role with M-Pesa. Now we have the Hustler Fund as a key platform of delivering financial services equitably to the people. All across those spaces, the government of the Republic of Kenya will continue to play its role in anchoring innovation as a pivot for human development. As we do that, I want to encourage the private sector to continue the incredible partnership that we already share. And in that spirit, I really want to celebrate Manu Bai, this great son of Kenya, this great son of Africa, this great son of the world, who really talks the talk and walks the walk. He says what he means and means exactly what he says, and is never afraid to put his money where his lips are. Asante sana Manu Bai. Thank you very much. We celebrate you, and we appreciate the donation once again, the latest of your countless contributions to young people, to development programs. Incredible, really, Manu, you have done so well for this country and for the world. Thank you for the 5 million Kenya shillings. We will raise that to 20 million. The ministry will be adding 15 million. And because we already have a conversation with the Kenya National Innovation Agency to transform all of the country's 169 youth empowerment centers into youth innovation hubs, we will seek to invest this 20 million seed money into developing what we can call the prototype youth innovation hub to serve, thank you, which we hope can then serve as the ignition of transforming all the youth empowerment centers into youth innovation hubs across the whole country. And so that is a fund which we are going to make available to Tony and his team at the Kenya National Innovation Agency. And finally, I want to pay tribute to this very young institution, the Kenya National Innovation Agency, voted the fastest growing, the most improved innovation agency on the whole continent of Africa. And the dynamism of this agency, an agency that my ministry is very proud of, the government is very proud of, is a demonstration of just how far you can go if you do things right. The basics: transparency, accountability, responsible governance, just doing the right things right. This young agency has shown the way. And for that, I want to thank Tony and the team running the Kenya National Innovation Agency, including our board, which is also here, led by Professor. Could we please have you, the team from the Kenya National Innovation Agency? We want to give you our final round of applause for being an incredible host. Tony, could you lead your team, please, in taking this accolade? The Kenya team. Yes, please come forward. Come forward, Team Kenya. Just come forward. Team Kenya, the team from Kenya, together with the board. The board is Professor here. If Professor could lead your board here. This team has performed incredibly well. We are proud of this team, and we want to encourage this team to continue doing what you're doing, and to tell you that the ministry and government will fully support your efforts. Let us give this incredible team a round of applause. Asanteni sana, Team Kenya, asanteni sana. And on that note, may I look forward to the next Commonwealth edition of the innovation event. And I hope that this is going to become a feature of the Commonwealth across all the 56 member states. Asanteni sana. Let's give them a final round of applause. Thank you very much. Asante sana. Thank you for visiting Nairobi. Voted the most attractive destination to visit. So keep coming to Nairobi. Those of you who have been too busy with innovation maneno, take time and sample the best of this amazing city of Nairobi starting tonight. Welcome to Nairobi, welcome to Kenya, the land of Hakuna Matata. Thank you very much.
Now we've got lots and lots. Thanks very much, CS. Thanks very much for all the support, and let's appreciate. We've worked for, about 8 months together, and it's been really transformative and amazing. Now we've got lots and lots of awards, and I want to celebrate all the efforts that individuals have been involved in very, very quickly. If you know that you participate, George, please come.
All right, thank you, CEO, for holding brief on that. So if you know that you participated in an award ceremony, either as a YSK winner, our Vumbuzi winner, a 𝗓𝗓 winner, or even in the I Choose Life Africa Awards. So kindly be ready for your presentation of awards. So to start us off, we will have the Wavumbuzi edition and 𝗓𝗓 edition from 2019 to 2023, where we will have the recognition of 𝗓𝗓 Ventures, that is early stage startups that are building high growth ventures and creating markets for innovations, to do so by creating jobs and also improving lives to come forward. Thank you. Right. All right, so I will call upon the medalists to come ahead to have their medals presented. So one of our ushers, kindly, just come on.
While this is going on, just to give the assurance that we are all ready for the national awards of the Presidential Innovation Challenge and Award, which will be happening on Jamhuri Day. That is going to be a highlight of our Kenya at 60 celebrations. So those of you who participated in the Presidential Innovation Challenge and Award, we look forward to rewarding you and awarding you on Jamhuri Day with the top innovations, each receiving 5 million Kenya shillings startup to help you progress your idea to a business. and also the assurance that we have now received the report on the startup bill, and definitely by February, March next year, the startup bill will be in Parliament. Asante-san, are we ready for this? Okay, let's go.
Honorable CS and all the guests in the audience, I am extremely pleased to present to you those who are brave enough to participate in Wavumbuzi. Wavumbuzi is a 6 weeks online entrepreneurship challenge. We are intentionally starting early to develop young people to be problem solvers and value creators. Before you is Martha, who was the Edition 1 winner in 2019. We have Joseph, Edition 2 winner in 2020. We have Martha Wamboi, Edition 3 winner in 2022. And we have the latest, fresh off the winning pot, is Anne Jane, Edition 4 winner this year. Okay. And as you present the last, allow me to say, what is the so what of innovation? The so what of innovation, Honorable CS, is entrepreneurship. We cannot just stop at innovation, we must take to market. To let the Commonwealth know that the next edition we're going to have an artificial intelligence quest. Honorable CS, I'm very, very happy to let you know that with the edition that was done this year, we had a sports quest. And after we finish with Wavumbuzi, we get into
I'm
Jasiri.
Really sorry to interrupt you.
Jasiri is a high-impact entrepreneurship program, and you will see that in the room and exhibiting here, Wanatoni, are amazing ventures. Okay. We are in the process of creating new ventures and sending them into the ecosystem from scratch. Thank you.
Let's appreciate that. We have several awards that we would have spent time, but just because the CS is heading to the airport to catch a flight, what we will do, we will jump to the Presidential Innovation Award. The Presidential Innovation Award required that people apply from all the counties. And we go through a vetting process that has been very, very systematic and competitive, to the extent that we have a winner per county today. And each of the winner is going to be entitled to receive 500,000 from the government of Kenya. The purpose of the funding is to support development of this idea, and we will provide the guidelines of how to do that. So symbolically, the minister will sign off one, and I will invite 4 counties who will stand here and have a photo with the minister, and then we'll continue with the rest of the team. Makueni County, James Nyamai, who was focusing on agriculture, please come up quickly. Kajiado County, working on a digital solution, 𝗬𝗟𝗪𝗏𝗧𝗏. Kiambu County, that is Ruiru constituency in agriculture, 𝗪𝗡𝗡𝗞 Gichanga. And finally, Murang'a County, who was working on agriculture, Stephen Machau. If you're here, please come quickly, have your amazing photo before the minister leaves.
So, sign verse. Gotcha.
Joshua, I know I didn't prepare you for this, but you're the second senior most officer in the room. So whom did you Okay. Because we were managing time, now calm down. Now we can calm down and manage ourselves more effectively. So with this context, we're going to be calling 4 at a time, and we will have some of us also participate in this ceremony of issuing these awards. I will start by... Okay, so Makueni, I don't know if Makueni team was still, we called you. If you're still here, Makueni, James Nyamai, are you there? Okay, come, please, Joshua. Okay, that is a song from Makueni County, and you have to know how to move with it. Let's go. So Makueni has an enterprise that is called BioAfric Energy Limited, which is an innovative technology that is addressing food security. Thank you. Who else did you do? Are you going to move to The next county is Kitui County. And Kitui County also is not too far away from Makueni, and so we will do the same thing, right? For Kitui County is Philip Nganda, who runs an enterprise that is called Rufid's Autotech Solutions. Let's celebrate our young man here, who is working on a biometric attendance gadget that reduces truancy cases and other related problems. We moved to Lamu. I heard that some people came and they went to the coast and they enjoyed themselves. So let's go to the coast now, and we've got someone working on climate, and his name is Victor Mburu, and has an enterprise that is called Babies Africa, and he also receives 500,000 shillings as part of the Presidential Innovation Award county level. Victor Mburu, are you in the room? Over there, let's celebrate Victor as they come through. They competed across the entire county and led. They are integrating nature-based solutions with tech-based solutions to ensure equitable and sustainable livelihood. Finally, for Mr. Joshua is Kisumu. Have you been to Kisumu before? When are you flying out? Sunday. If it's possible, we'll take you and you enjoy some fish from Lake Victoria. Very beautiful. And we have a gentleman working on an enterprise called 𝗓𝗡𝗡𝗢𝗪, that is Primathis Mutua, based in Kisumu. 𝗓𝗡𝗡𝗢𝗪 is pioneering social impact recycling venture located in Kisumu, Kenya, on the shores of Lake Victoria. Very interesting. Okay. So this application was founded to address the dire waste management issues in the region by leveraging technology, data analytics, and community engagement to build a sustainable zero-waste circular economy. Thank you very much. Aha, that's Kisumu Dala. Let's go for it. Anita, don't be too serious. Exactly, there you go. Left, right, left, right, left, right. Okay, let's go to Kilifi. Kilifi is Sewer Bleaching Chemicals Limited by Benjamin Bayer. Benjamin Bayer working on a climate solution, which is manufacturing an alternative high standard bleaching agent for sugarcane waste, for refining crude oil palm. I'd like to invite our board member, Dr. Robert Karanja. I know. Next is Nairobi. We're in Nairobi. I don't know what music is played in Nairobi, but we've got Esther Kimani, who is working on an agricultural solution, Farmer Lifeline Technologies. Let's celebrate Esther Kimani, who is working on a solution which is an early-stage Kenya-based company that empowers smallholder farmers through AI, artificial intelligence, to enable them to detect crop pests and diseases in time and know the solutions to apply.
Yeah, I'm standing on the stage, looking at the audience, I'm frightened. They told me that this thing was all exciting. All the attention I'm attracting on the mic and the hype and the buzz got me thinking about my life when...
Let's go to Kakamega. I've seen some Luya guy there. Now let's go for it, Kakamega. This is the western side of Africa, and we have from a constituency called Lurambi. And this is Jack Olo. Jack Olo is working on a digital solution which is called 𝗖𝗡𝗡𝗞. 𝗖𝗡𝗡𝗞 provides dead stock liquidation and reallocation services for SMEs. Jack, are you in the room? Aha, now let's go to Kakamega. Young Thank you very much. Thank you very much. While we are still in the western side of Kenya, let's talk about Siaya. Anybody from Siaya in the room? Hey, just show them. Show them. From Siaya, we've got Kevin Otieno, who's working on a climate solution and has named his enterprise Greenium Energy. Give them a round of applause as they come over. Greenium Energy is a social enterprise that is providing affordable and clean energy. They produce briquettes out of water hyacinth. I mean, what seems like a problem in the coast, in the lake, actually has a solution. So 1 ton of briquettes produced saves more than 80 mature trees. Hence, it discourages cutting down trees and increased the forest cover. While we're still in those sites, let's move to Bungoma. How does that sound? Bungoma. Dr. Josephine, are you from Bungoma? That's not too far from home, right? Anybody from Bungoma in the room? There we go. So you've got a representation. Bungoma is Rose Sikulu. Rose Sikulu, please come over. Let's celebrate our ladies. Fibertex Green Paper Limited, which makes biodegradable paper from banana waste, which turns them into packaging. Thank you very much, Director Robert. Appreciate it. Dr. Manu, would you want to, when I was growing up, I wanted to take a photo with you. Let's celebrate Dr. Manu Chandaria as he comes up. We're going to Kericho now, right midway the country, and we've got Douglas Rono, who actually has an enterprise that he calls Ron, which is a fintech company that brings together service providers and informal traders into an online platform allowing sustainable consumption of services. Douglas Rono, the floor is yours. Let's celebrate our young Douglas Rono.
Yani the international band, the shoes wenyewe, our DJ Weso. West Side Production. Wanyamiete ginewe, wanyamiete ginewe. Niga tena mi Facebook, niga tena mi Facebook. Engañarte zamando, engañarte zamando. Mengune garantito, mengune garantito.
We'll now invite Busia. Yeah? In Busia, we invite Peter Acheng, who has an enterprise that he calls Yayit Creations. Let's appreciate Peter Acheng, sawdust building block innovation that offers groundbreaking solution for sustainable construction, addressing the pressing need of eco-friendly and cost-effective building materials. Next, we come to Machakos. And in Machakos, we've got Agrila Enterprises. Agrila Enterprises. Anybody from Machakos? I could see you from a distance. Real Cruise. Quito, let's celebrate a digital solution which is innovative, being a multi-vendor online livestock marketplace tailored for farmers. It provides affordable listing and advertisement for livestock starting at the inciting price of only Kenya shillings 10 bob. Let's go to Omogusi, Kisii County. I see people from Kisii in the room. Amos Onyonka has an enterprise called Finda. Amos, are you there? Let's celebrate Amos as he comes up. Amos. Runs Finda, which is an innovative, user-friendly online platform that provides seamless digital marketing solutions for a business of all categories and hence promotes efficiency and digitization of business. Then we go to Tharaka Nithi. Tharaka Nithi as a climate solution. Abraham Karani, let's celebrate Abraham Karani, are you there? A greener waste converters who have designed an artificially intelligence-based solution. It's a water waste paper recycler capable of recycling 1,200 A4 papers per hour. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Dr. Chandaria. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Anita. I worked very hard with Anita, and let's celebrate Anita. She really helped a lot from the Commonwealth Secretariat. The floor is yours. I will teach you a little bit about Kenya. Now just visualize that you have a map of Kenya and just point somewhere in the middle and guess the county. It's called Nyeri County. Anybody from Nyeri in the room? Oh yeah, there you go. So from Nyeri we've got Big Tandara. Big Tandaba. Victor is working on Digital Farmer, which is a B2B and B2C platform that is streamlining agricultural supply chain. While you're there, I take you to Nakuru County. In Nakuru County, there is 𝗞𝗘𝗡𝗎𝗓𝗏. 𝗞𝗘𝗡𝗎𝗓𝗏 as an eco-glass innovation, which leads a green revolution by repurposing discarded glass into high-quality products, which is aligned to the mission of reducing waste and saving the environment. Let's celebrate 𝗞𝗘𝗡𝗎𝗓𝗏. Then we now move to Homa Bay County. Oh, we've got lots of counties, yeah? Homa Bay County, Gillian Nyangaga, who is working on an enterprise called JK, which simplifies the licensing of creators and fortifies intellectual property protection through blockchain, makes cross-border transactions seamless, and global accessibility for artists and innovators. Let's celebrate. Aha, looks like an artist. Now let's go to Turkana, way up the north Turkana, and called Loro Emmanuel. Loro Emmanuel is working on a smart climate tool that solves deforestation. The challenges of deforestation. Let's appreciate Emmanuel from all the way from Turkana. Now let's go to Bomet, all the way to Bomet, and we call 𝗘𝗗𝗡𝗎𝗓 as well, who is working on an adolescent and young people mental health champions, which is a program for youth and sexual reproductive health, who are aiming to provide mental health solutions in an affordable and accessible manner to youth in and outside Bomet County. Let's celebrate 𝗘𝗗𝗡𝗎𝗓. Thank you very much, Anita. In the room, we've got a former board member, Professor Mening. He actually recruited me, so he could easily fire me. Professor Mening, we're going to take you to some parts of the country. Professor Mening from Moi University. He was the chair of the technical committee. Embu. We're taking you to Embu, and let's call John Njiru. Let's celebrate John Njiru with Akili Sawa. John Njiru, Akili Sawa. And then after that is Nyandarua. So Mainamburu, be on the line. Mainamburu, be on the line. And next. Nyandarua is this one. Mainamburu. And then after Mainamburu, Trans Nzoia. Victor Murray. Murray, be on the line. After Victor Murray is Kennedy from Kwale. Kennedy Kitavi from Kwale. Let's keep going. Last two are Isiolo. Let's celebrate Isiolo as well. Kenneth Kimathi. Is that Kwale? Isiolo. Isiolo is Kenneth Kimathi. Wafugaji Digital. Kwale, Kennedy Kitavi, last but not least will be Caps Uasin Gishu by Samuel Bob Mogire, who are the presenter. Uasin Gishu. Wajir South, Johnson Boya with Global Climate Change and Adaptation Solution. Wajir. Professor. I'll hand over to George to manage the rest of the few remaining awards.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Tony Omwansa. A lot of applause for Dr. Tony Omwansa. And thank you for the leadership to ensure that our innovators from all the counties get seed funding. Sio ni kitu mzuri sana? Haya. So quick question. Nani anataka form leo? Today is a Friday. So for those who don't understand what that means, I'm simply asking, who wants a plan for this evening? Who wants a plan for this evening? Who wants to shake a leg this evening? Okay, two things. Number one, we will be having a film screening right here of a Kenyan-made film directed by our very own Daudi Anguka. This film is called Mvera. Makofi. As if that is not enough, it has been nominated for the Oscars Awards this year. Makofi. And the film is currently in the top 20 of the shortlist for the Oscars Awards 2023. Makofi. So, I do have the crew of the Mvera film here. The director, Daudi Anguka, has just left because of another commitment. But I have Chase, who will be speaking about the film later on before its screening. So now, immediately after that, on the field on that other end, we have the biggest FOMO of the weekend. Who knows the OG? So the OG will be dropping bars at the field. We'll also be having a millennial by the name Trial Meal. Who knows Trial Meal? All right. So that's to excite you. We have a whole lot of awards to issue today. And now I'm going to call Vanessa from YSK, who will help me manage the bit of presentation of awardees from the YSK competition. And thereafter, I will have my good friend here on behalf of I Choose Life Africa manage the awards for that particular team. And then we'll close with the remaining bit of the Jasiri Wavumbuzi Awards. And then we will continue with the award screening here and extend the invitation to the rest of us for the concert that has been set for you right at the open field. So, quick reminder is that the film screening is powered by the Kenya Film Classification Board, KFCB. So, thank you so much.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I want to bring to your attention the winners of the I Choose Life Africa High School Track. Starting with position 1, we have all the way from Kisumu County, Jalararam Academy. Kindly you may come on stage. Position 2, we have Memon Academy all the way from Mombasa. And position 3, all the way from Siaya County, Kodero Bara Secondary. These are young innovators, and I would kindly request Dr. Manu Chandaria, with your permission, if you could kindly come and award the young innovators from our high school track. In position 1, we'll start with Jalararam. Kindly, you can come down on stage. Just come down. That is Jalararam from Kisumu County. Let's give it up for them. Thank you, Jalararam. Position 2 was Memon Academy from Mombasa County. Lemon Academy. And from Kodero Bara Boys High School, let's give it up for them as they say hi to Daktari. Kindly, the participants don't go. Wait for a group photo. We are the three groups, the Memon and Jalaram Academy. Don't go. Don't leave stage. For the other teams, Jalaram and Memon, kindly pose for a group photo.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So very quickly, I'm inviting Wamlole Karagania on behalf of YSK to to manage the presentation of awards from the YSK team. Chief.
Asante Sana George. Good evening, our esteemed members in front of us, Dr. 𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓, the esteemed members of the Commonwealth Secretariat, of course, honorable members, the diplomatic corps here, all our ambassadors, and all our fantastic guests as well. Good afternoon one more time. A bit louder, good afternoon one more time. Thank you. Sorry, I'm going to keep it very short and do two things. One, tell you all very quickly about YSK, what we do. No longer than 1 minute. I can see George is already telling me time is up. And then we will also invite our winners for a quick photograph, and I'm going to invite almost everybody in the entire first row to join us for that photo. So please get ready. Good to see you, Bernard. Okay, so Young Scientists Kenya is an initiative of the Embassy of Ireland and the Ministry of Education here in Kenya. And what we do is we inspire, inform, and empower young students, high school students across the country to pursue careers in STEM and to come up with innovations in STEM. Science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. It's a national program. We've been national since we started in 2017. 2019, we've been to all 47 counties. And this year we had over 1,400 applications from every county, narrowed it down to the top 54 who were here with us over the last few days. And now we have the 24 winners who will win fantastic prizes, money, boot camp, entrepreneurship, empowerment, and fantastic things. And we're always looking to grow and get bigger and better with what we do. That's it. No more talking. George, you don't need to kick me off the stage. I now want to invite all our winners, every single winner we had from all our 4 categories. That is our chemical, physical, and mathematical sciences category, our biological and ecological sciences category, our technology category, and our social and behavioral sciences category. If you can come to the stage with your awards, as well as all our special award winners. So all of you, please come to the stage right away. Let's run for a quick photograph. I am going to also invite all our esteemed guests here from the Diplomatic Corps, from the Commonwealth Secretariat. If you could join us just for one group photo. Dr. 𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓, I know I've made you run up and down, and you said you're no longer running. But one last time, if we could ask you to join us for a photo with our fantastic winning students. And can we give them a round of applause as they come to the stage as well? Thank you. And if we can all shout YSK and lift our hands in the air on my count. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. I'm going to go quiet from 3 so that I can join the photo. 6, 5, 4. Can I ask the crowd to help us finish? So 5. Thank you very much. Over to you, Don.
Right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So let's have a sit down and proceed. So the Kenya Innovation Week 2023 Commonwealth Edition is not a Kenya event, neither is it a ministry event. It's co-created by partners. It's managed entirely by some of our partners who are in here. And in the spirit of encouraging that togetherness, we also want to recognize our partners for journeying with us. Some of us have been with us for the longest time, from 2020 to 2021 to 2022, and now we are in 2023. But before I do that, I would like to have the CEO of the Kenya National Innovation Agency shake hands with our guest speaker for today, Dr. 𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓, and just say that big thank you for having him inspire generations over the decades, and also for his insights this afternoon and evening. So Dr. Omwansa tafadhali, shake the hand of Daktari Emmanuel. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Just a quick reminder, we have a film screening lined up for you, and through the partnership of the Kenya Film Classification Board, we'll be having a closeout concert happening at the open field. Lined up this evening is Nviri the Storyteller. Who knows Nviri the Storyteller? Also in the lineup this evening is 𝗘𝗏𝗎𝗓. Wapi makofi ya 𝗘𝗏𝗎𝗓? Thank you, thank you. So, Bwana CEO, Dr. Tony Omwansa, kindly requesting you to now present certificates of appreciation to our partners. And up first is Innovate Now. So, Bernard Chira, kindly. So Innovate Now was the curator of the Inclusive Innovation Track at the Kenya Innovation Week 2023 Commonwealth Edition. Next is Anza Village. So Wangeshi Wahome, if you're in the building, kindly come forward, and all the Anza villagers. Next is the Kenya Climate Innovation Center, KCIC, a content creator in the Agri-Tech Summit. So if we do have a representation from the Kenya Climate Innovation Center, KCIC, or someone from the Agri-Tech Summit, kindly collect the award on behalf of KCIC. Next in line is UK Kenya Tech Hub, MEDIC. So Nekesa Were, kindly come and collect the certificate on behalf of MEDIC. Medic, and through the leadership of Nekesa Ohere, were able to curate the track on innovations in the public sector. Makofi ya Medic. Results for development. So Nekesa will also be picking the certificate on behalf of Results for Development. So we have Startup Africa, the team from Startup Africa, followed by Dala Africa. So the brilliant team from Dala Africa, if we do have a team from that side, kindly come and collect. Okay. Then we have Wavumbuzi and Jasiri, together with Alan Gill Gray Philanthropy. It comes as a package, a threesome package. Then we have AICE Africa, representatives from AIC Africa, Thunderbird School of Global Management, Heifa International. Kindly, let's come forward and collect our certificates. World Food Program, WFP. Right? E for Impact. E for Impact. I Choose Life Africa. STEM Impact Center. The British Council. Japan International Cooperation Agency, JICA. E&K Consulting. Kilimanjaro Blind Trust. Young Scientists Kenya, YSK. Communication Authority of Kenya. Young Scientists Kenya. Communication Authority of Kenya, CA. GFA Consulting. World Intellectual Property Institute, WIPO. National Research Fund, NRF. United Nations Economic Commission for East Africa, Dedan Kimathi of Technology, the Goods. Right, so thank you so much to all the partners who co-created the Kenya Innovation Week Summits. So it was a pleasure doing this. Let's continue doing this. All the award winners, if you have received a trophy, if you have received a check today, kindly come forward for one big group photo. So everybody join us. So where are them checks? Where are the checks? So let's all gather here kindly. Let's come all, let's come all. All right, beautiful moments, beautiful moments. Thank you, thank you. All right. Some of us will go home looking like we came from a wedding. All right, so I'm told we have a big stage for everyone. So let's all come here and share the joy of closing the Kenya Innovation Week Commonwealth edition. So kindly, let's all come forward for the biggest group photo of the year. I'm told it's already Christmas mood, and as you can see, we've started off the new month in style. So let's all come forward for one big group photo. So tafadhali tujongee mbele, tupige group photo moja kubwa. And for those who are not going to see each other, let's all wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. So let's come front, let's come up.
Jerusalema